What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the C10. We're going to be installing the new flip kit. Like I said before, I don't know what type of flip kit, what size of flip kit, or anything this truck has on the back. I don't even know if it has shackles, so whenever I get it jacked up and on jack stands, I'll take y'all under there to see what it has on it right now. I like the stance, so hopefully it stays the same. I just went all brand new, so I know what it has on it. I like the little rake on it, but I'm not gonna lie, I've been eyeballing some wheels that I want, and if I get those, I'm gonna have to drop it some more. But we're gonna be installing these Beltec shocks, brand new, because I think might have factory shocks on it. And then this is the flip kit I'm going with, the UMI, and that's the part number. This is a 6-inch drop, so hopefully it doesn't go any lower. I don't think it is, because I don't really think they sell a different size flip kit. But let me walk back so y'all can see the ride height right now. Like I said, I like the rake, especially with these wheels. But if I get those other wheels, it's gonna be a big change. But like I said, I just been thinking about it. I'm not too sure yet. But let's get these cars moved out the way, and then I'll put it in the garage and put it on jack stands. Alright guys, we got it on jack stands and jacked up. I opened up the flip kit already. Came with new hardware, new U-bolts, new bolts. Also came with new bump stops. I don't think I'm going to take the bump stops off because it has the original ones on there, because it's pretty close to the lip right here. So I don't want it to hit. And here's what the new flip kit looks like. And then I have the new shocks that I'm going to put on. So let's get under here. As you can see, it's all dirty and has a lot of little surface rust. But you can see the old flip kit. I really don't know what brand it is, how long it's been on, or anything like that. So it's kind of why I wanted to take it off. It does have shock extenders on it. Look at that. Look at that shock bushing. That's crazy. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to take those off since I got the new Beltec shocks. And I need to take this tow hitch off. I ain't gonna be towing nothing with this. But like I said, you can see it still has the, let's see if I can zoom in, the factory bump stops. So I'm gonna keep those on there for right now, just so it doesn't bottom out on the bed. But yeah, let's get y'all put down and let's start taking it apart.
Perfect. It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
That sucks. Alright, if you've seen that, then you see that we just ran into an issue. Well, good thing I started on this side. As you can see, this is the leaf spring. And the pin is broken. So that's an issue. So I don't know what I'm gonna do now. It kind of looks like that side's broken as well. You can see that bottom leaf spring kind of shifted. So yeah, I don't know where to go from here. I don't even know if it's worth putting the new flip kit on. Oh, good thing I had the idea of putting the new flip kit on. Yeah, so I guess let me go back to the drawing board and see what we're gonna do. All right, here's the progress we got. You can see I have all the old hardware right here, all the old flip kit U-bolts, shock extender. And after finally waiting at O'Reilly's for like an hour, I got the center bolt installed, new flip kit installed, new shock. See the Beltec. Let me see if I can get under here. Probably when I put the brakes on, we'll end up painting the frame and all the suspension, well, the rest of the suspension, rear end. But let's compare it actually. So this is the saddle, the old saddle. It doesn't look too bad. But here's the new one. The new one definitely looks prettier. I wonder what brand this is. But yeah, let's get started on this side, and hopefully the center bolt ain't broken on this one. I did buy extra one just in case, but let's put y'all down and let's tear it apart. Well, I could tell already by taking the shock off and starting loosening up the U-bolts that this bolt is also broken. So I went ahead and took the tire off so I can get the clamp on there so they won't explode on me like the other side did, and it should be easier to change the bolt. So yeah, fun. But let's get started. Alright guys, we're all done. Let's pull it out and see if the ride height changed any at all. Make sure I don't hit the cutlass. I think I'd rather hit the house than hit the cutlass. Kind of sucks doing upgrades like this because you really don't see any of the benefits. hopefully when I ride on the freeway or when I'm driving it, I can notice the difference. I'm sure those shocks will make a big difference, especially with that bushing being all the way blown out. Let me pull it out the middle of the street, and then I'll get out and walk around and show you all the final product. Hopefully I don't hit a curb. Alright, let's go check it out. It actually looks exactly the same. That's a good thing. I did notice that it had original shackles on it still, so I'll be able to change those and go lower if I want to. But yeah, it's sitting exactly the same, so it had a 6-inch drop on it. I'm kind of upset with myself because I've been driving it like that, and with that bolt broken and the shock blown out, I feel like I should have double checked all that before even driving it. But I was so happy about all the front being brand new that I didn't even think about the back. I can't wait to see it with the rear disc brakes matching all the way around. I did not take off the tow hitch because replacing the flip kit shouldn't have took that long. I think it took me about, what time did I start? Around 10, so about 4.5 hours to change that flip kit and shocks. But let me go show you all the old stuff inside the box over there. Show you all the 442. So here's all the old stuff, the old shocks. Look at that bushing. And this was the good bushing. The old bushing's all the way gone. The old U-bolts. I took off the shock extenders. This is the old little saddles or the bottom plate. It was nothing special. Here goes a little metal sleeve that went inside that shock. But yeah, looked like it was due for a upgrade. Here goes my disc brakes for the back. But yeah, I want to go take it out for a drive, so I'm gonna do that right now. But that'll be it for this video. I'm exhausted, I ain't even gonna lie. Getting up and down, working on the floor sucks. But yeah, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. One last rant before the video ends. While I'm test driving the truck, I forgot to mention, I will never buy somebody's project again. My dad preached that to me like a million times and I never listened. This time I'm gonna listen, because whoever put them shock extenders on tightened the shock mount too tight. That's took up like an hour of my time trying to bend those back, and then just all the issues we had with the front will cause the headless swap, which was a plus actually, but yeah, it was a headache while doing it. But I can already feel the difference. That's crazy. But yeah, it's just words of wisdom. Don't buy somebody else's project.